Hi, everybody. Welcome to First Look. TGIF, right? Rome Hartman, our executive producer and fearless leader of the CBS Evening News. All right, so obviously Iraq is once again a huge story, but it seems to me, Rome, that there's this, an American flag. This is a very patriotic backdrop. There's a continuing discussion about what to do in Iraq, and the pressure keeps mounting. And the president seemed to indicate he had a little wiggle room when he gave an interview with the AP today, saying he's going to talk to the generals on the ground, right?
I think the president has always said, and he's used this formulation many times, that he would consult with his generals and take their guidance as to the best way to approach the situation.
What are you, Tony Snow?
No, I mean, he's said that for years, actually.
No, I know.
When he gets into this situation. And Tony Snow just finished a briefing in which he said some of the same thing. I think it's an atmosphere in which people are kind of on the lookout for a sign that the tactics may change. And I think that's why what the president said in an interview with the Associated Press is a little bit striking.
Well, he also said that last week in a press conference. And I think, though, as it seems there's almost a daily chorus and a growing chorus of people, whether we're talking about James Baker or John Warner or General Caldwell, a spokesman for the U.S. military in Iraq, and Olympia Snow, and there have been several others who have said, wait a second, we really have to reevaluate the situation. So we'll be talking with Jim Axelrod about that tonight. And then Lara Logan's been embedded with some U.S. forces in Baghdad, right? Or no, is it in southern Iraq? Where is it?
No, in Balad.
In Balad.
And Balad, was the scene of that horrible sectarian violence early in the week. And so she's been out with U.S. troops for the last couple of days, just gotten back to Baghdad, and is putting together a story really about what U.S. troops are going through, trying to deal with a really chaotic situation. So she's really with the troops.
And that'll be great because it will really help people get inside the story and understand not only, as a unit what these folks are dealing with on a daily, hourly basis, but really as individuals and the toll it's taking. And it'll be interesting to hear their attitudes expressed about the continued conflict there. Then we're going to be doing something on Montana. Homeland Security dollars are equally distributed per capita. And so Armin Kate, our investigative reporter, went to Montana to find out how they're using those Homeland Security dollars.
Anti-terrorism dollars.
Right, for anti-terrorist efforts, and whether or not it's really appropriate to be this equitable. I guess that's what we're left to wonder, and he talks about.
Does the funding match the threat in state by state by state?
Right. And
New York, a lot of people in New York have been very upset that they didn't get enough.
Right.
When that money was parceled out. So
then we have a free speech on the minimum wage with a woman talking about what it's like to raise a family making $5.15 an hour, which will be great to hear from a real person who's experiencing this problem.
And I remember you mentioned that as an example of what would make a good free speech. Way back when we were first talking about it, before we even started, and something that I think it was your instinct to hear a voice from somebody who's really experienced what they're talking about.
Was that an Attagirl?
I think it was.
Thank you. Now a very special addition to First Look. It's the Employee of the Week. Now it should have been Ana Real. Because she actually tracked down that priest yesterday in Malta. I mean, how Mondo Bizarro was that? The guy who said, yes, that he gave Mark Foley massages and did all sorts of things with him. And it was, everybody does that. And he felt no contrition whatsoever. And that was a very interesting conversation. Interesting and disturbing, actually. But the person who put that piece together is Mike Solmson. He is our Employee of the Week. Mike, I just want to say I really appreciate your efforts. You did a fantastic job. Tell me a little.
It's the first time I've been the second choice.
Well, no, you and Anna, you tied actually, but she's not here today. So anyway, you worked on the priest story. The priest, Anthony Marcha.
Marcha, right.
Yesterday, and you also were working on the piece that Sharon Alfonsi did on soldiers with post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't think they're paying you enough here, Mike.
I was carried by two different people. So.
That's right. Anyway, so we just wanted to say we thought you did a great job this week.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm just glad to be invited back for next week.
And that does it for First Look. We just wanted to give you a little something extra today.